Trading Post. We are joined by Brett and Shy from Caldwell Banker. How are you guys doing today?
Wonderful. It is a beautiful sunshiny day here at Cedar Creek Lake. It is my favorite time of year. All the greenery coming about out there, the birds and the bees and all that stuff that we love is coming out. And our other passion, residential real estate.
Oh, residential real estate. No.
is on fire, just like it is every spring here at Cedar Creek Lake. It is the time of year where the majority of your homes come on the market. We talk about it all the time that people buy and sell homes throughout the year, no matter what the season. We sell lots of homes, even on Christmas Day sometimes. But spring is the year where the majority of homes come on the market and the majority of buyers are out there looking at them.
So this is y'all's busiest time of the year.
This starts from St. Patty's Day to July 4th is the busiest part, and then you got the second busiest is from July 4th to
Labor Day.
Labor Day. I always have to think about which one's Labor Day and which one's Memorial Day. But yeah, Labor Day is the one in the fall. So between 4th of July and Labor Day is the second busiest.
And one reason is, you know, with like the rain we got just a couple days ago, filling our lake up, nice full lake here. That's what everybody wants to come to enjoy when they're looking to buy a home in the area, whether you live on the water or just near it. Most people in the area come here because they like to enjoy our lake one way or another, whether they're boating, fishing, looking at it while they're sipping coffee on their porch in the morning, or just visiting one of our local restaurants that has a great view while they dine.
Yeah, that lake is a magnet for real estate, I tell you. Everybody wants to be around it, near it, on it, some way associated with it around here. That's what draws everybody here.
Or even drink it.
Or even drink it. Yeah. If it wasn't for that lake, we'd probably still be a sleepy little town, about like Falby or Stykes or Ailey or Tolosa or those wonderful communities.
Well, if it wasn't for a railroad, Prairieville over there would have been the Dallas of Texas, probably.
Yeah, they say that back at the time that the railroad came through, that Prairieville, if everybody knows where Prairieville is, north of Maybank there, was bigger than Dallas was at the same time. Prairieville had a school, had a store, had churches, had a police station, had a fire station, I think, even there. Prairieville was bigger than Dallas, but the railroad came through Maybank, and the Mason and Eubank families gave land for it, so hence Maybank is Mason and Eubank there. And so it came right through the middle of the town, right where it's not a Valero anymore now, it's a Sefco, I think it is, right there. Railroad came right through there, right through the First State Bank, came right through that part. You can still see the remnants of the railroad whenever you're going over the bridges between Maybank and Kemp there on your left where everybody fishes. You can see the little trellises. They got the water lines going across it there. So, neat history lesson on the real estate of Cedar Creek Lake.
Yeah, I grew up on the north side of the tracks there, Maybank. Now I live on the south side.
Yeah.
I look at where they used to be. We've removed them in town, but
yeah, you had the railroad there, and then even you look over in the lake, you can still see right off the shore there. You see some little concrete pieces, and you see it also over here between Gun Barrel and Eustis. You see the concrete pieces. The road used to go through the lake there, so they moved the road over. So neat little history lesson. So
yeah.
Anyways,
all that talk about water, I've got a good waterfront property for sale today. We're very low, like I said, we're just at the beginning of when the waterfront homes really start to come on the market right now, but we do have a new one available for you this weekend. And this one's at 10102 Apple Blossom. This is going to be located over in Country Club North Edition, one of the pieces that makes up the Cedar Creek Country Club area there.
Yes, because Cedar Creek Country Club has multiple subdivisions surrounding the golf course there.
And this is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,500 square foot home sitting on 0.44 acres. Good size yard. Had a guy call me yesterday wanting to know about a shop. And I think with almost half an acre, should have plenty of room there to put in a nice little shop to work on things. It's got 255 feet of water frontage. That's a lot. And like we've talked about several times, you are allowed to build a boathouse. The square footage of your boathouse is based on your linear feet of water frontage. So at 255 feet, that's quite a bit of boathouse that you can have with this property here. And it also sits on the end of a dead-end street. So you're a little secluded. You're not going to have a lot of people driving by your home there, being at the end. Upstairs sunroom, this is probably my favorite part of the home. Upstairs sunroom overlooking the water there. It's got a large covered patio, a detached game room, and it does have a large workshop already with it.
So you got an additional workshop in addition to the existing workshop.
Right. I think he's got a little bit bigger projects than the workshop this one provided. Nice size workshop already there, but some people, depending on what their hobbies are, may need a little bit more square footage there.
I have no complaints about extra workshops.
No. It's just a good place to put some of your extra things, your projects that you're going to get to out there. But this one is going for $499,000 today. An excellent buy if you look at the waterfront properties that are available in the area right now. This is definitely one to call and look at this weekend.
Yeah, that's one to go take a look at. That one is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Our second one I want to talk about today is at 106. Now I hope I'm getting this right. Circulito. I'm hoping that it's Circulito. This is going to be over in the Arbolada subdivision, which is here in Gun Barrel City. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,598 square foot home sitting on 0.706 acres, so almost 3/4 of an acre with this one. Good size lot. Has a fishing pier already in place, covered patio, stone fireplace. We're kind of getting out of that season right now. We're probably going to still have a couple of cool nights to enjoy that, but you may want that next year. And lots of storage available there. And this one's going for $325,000 today.
And is that one waterfront or is that off water?
This is an off water. No, this is a waterfront. Excuse me. Also, it's got the fishing pier in place.
Fishing pier. That makes sense. Fishing pier would not be very good on an off water home.
Well, it could be if you got some acreage.
You got some acreage and you got a pond, but just in town lot with a fishing pier. I guess that works. If you got to practice your casting, practice like you play. But yeah. This one's waterfront. This actually has a fishing pier on the lake.
Right, $325. That's coming in below our average waterfront price out there on the lake right now too. So another excellent waterfront to get out and look at today. And our last property that I want to bring up today is at 807 Pecan Road over in Gun Barrel City. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,260 square feet. Going up on the land on each one of these, this is over 1.5 acres. So a very nice sized yard on this property. Already has a horse barn and hay storage in place, lots of good shade trees, and a nice sized detached workshop with the big roll up doors on it so you can get in there with your big projects. This one's going for $150,000 today.
$150,000. Not a lot on the market in the whole sub $200,000 range right now. Even a lot of your new builds are having to go up in price just because building materials are going up in price. 7/16 OSB for years, I was getting that for $7.50 a sheet, and then it went up to nearly $28 a sheet. And I called Home Depot in Terrell yesterday, $40 a sheet for just 7/16 OSB. Well, that affects your price when you go from within about a year or two from $7.50 a sheet to $40 a sheet. That changes the whole price structure of building a house right there.
Yeah, that's what's made a lot of these new home constructions that just a few months ago were starting in the mid 180s are a little bit over $200,000 for a starter new build home right now. And so this one coming in at $150,000 is an excellent deal out on the market this weekend.
Yeah, and there's no indicators that people can take guesstimates, but there's no indicator that anybody's seeing that building material prices are going to come down in price anytime soon.
Not anytime soon. With the construction the way it's going right now, just like I say every week, go right around the lake here and look. There is new construction at every turn. And we just found out last week, I believe, that another subdivision has just been approved for Gun Barrel City there also. Lots of homes going in there. I can't remember exactly. I think this first stage is in the 90-something home range there. And so that's just going to add to the new construction, which is great for our area, especially for realtors like ourselves. We love to see homes to be able to sell. But the new construction is going strong. The need for these homes is still very strong in the area, which makes them and resale homes very desirable if you are looking to sell right now.
And I'll tell you, on most things, I can't stand debt. I can't stand it. I think it hobbles people. I think it hobbles businesses. It shortchanges profits. It shortchanges wealth growth. I mean, you're giving away your potential interest made in interest given on most things. Most things, if you're in debt, you need to get out of it, because it takes away from everything, both your business aspects, your relaxation, your peace of mind, but just things you want to do in life.
Yeah, if you're having to take debt for your latte, you may need to readjust your budget a little bit.
Yeah. Homes are the exception to my rule, a big exception, because most homes are purchased on a 30-year mortgage these days, some still on a 15 or 20 year. But with our interest rates right now, and I might even take a little bit different position on it. If you go back to like the early 80s, whenever you had 18 and 20 and 24% interest on home loans, and people were lining up begging banks to try to get a home loan, try to build something, try to do something with that. It's hard to pay off a home loan at 18, 20, 24%. Now, it was great because if you had cash invested in the bank at that time, because you could put it into a CD and get anywhere from 12 to 18% on just a CD, just locked in, guaranteed interest. That was great if you were the investor. The good thing about right now, even though interest rates are going up, what are they projected? Another 0.5% probably in the near future?
They've just gone up 0.5% pretty much across the board, and we're looking at probably another 0.5% by the end of the year. Okay, so for most lending, you're still going to be at the 5% or under, maybe up to the 6% if it hits that. But here's the caveat. With a long-term loan on a home, that most lending doesn't have any prepayment penalties on it, so you can add extra principal and knock it out sooner whenever you want. You get to purchase a home at today's price. So once you purchase it, that purchase price is locked in. They can't come back 10 years later and renegotiate the sales price on it. Now, adjustable rate mortgages and how that interest works, that's a different story. But you buy it at today's price, but you pay it off with tomorrow's money. So, one, cheap money you're borrowing, but if you're locked into that, you get an advantage if there's inflation. So lots of people talking about inflation coming, because they're, the printing presses are just printing out money. Well, the good thing is on a home, you buy it at today's prices. I don't hope for a lot of big hyperinflation or anything, but if you get stuff like the Weimar Republic back in the 1920s and 30s, where money became so worthless that they were literally taking wheelbarrows of it and burning it in the fireplace because it was cheaper to burn the cash than to buy wood with it. Hopefully we don't get anything like that. But you got your purchase locked in, and as money inflates, your dollar becomes worth 95 cents, 90 cents. You pay it off with tomorrow's money. So as your paycheck or different income sources are adjusted up to counter the inflation or adjust for that, you're paying off with that dollar amount. So you win with inflation on the home loan, at least. Yeah, this is one thing we talk about quite often, and I would urge everybody to do these numbers with your lender when you're getting ready to purchase. If you even had the highest of interest rates, the 18% like you're talking, you look at the home purchase price and what the total dollar amount you will pay by the end of your 30-year mortgage. And I would bet you if you look back at most of your homes bought 30 years ago at the highest of interest rates, they are selling more for a dollar amount higher than the total payoff at that time.
Yeah, the total payoff of the principal and interest together, they're selling for more now than that combined.
And sometimes it doesn't take that long. I just got through helping a gentleman sell his home. He just purchased 3 years ago and almost got double what he had paid at that time.
Yeah.
And so it sometimes doesn't even take the 30-year note. Now, I would urge anybody as always, if you don't know you're going to be in the area for more than a year, renting is not a bad thing. And we do have a full service rental management company that we can assist you with all of those needs as well. But if you look the families in the area, you like this area, your job looks like you're going to be at this job for more than a few years, buying is a great option to get into at that time.
Yeah, if you're going to be in the area for only like 1 or 2 years, rent. It's majority of the time, it is not worth it to buy if you know for certain I'm only going to be here for a year, maybe 2 years.
There's other scenarios. If you're a cash buyer, you can move the money around a lot easier as well, but getting into a 30-year loan might not be as good on a 1 or 2 year purchase.
Yeah, the exception would be like, you know, you're a cash buyer and you buy something that falls within what people rent. So you're here for a year or 2 years and then you move on and you've got a great property management company like ours. And so whenever you move, that just becomes a financial asset right there because you're a cash buyer, so you don't have your lending tied up. And you got somebody managing it, you just add that to your cash flow. And so then if you want to sell it, you can put it on the market, but you got a renter in there covering the expenses and making you profit while it sells. You're not burdened down with, you know, you're here for a year, you bought this house, you knew you were only going to be here for a year, then you transitioned. Well, you can't get your new lending for the house you need until this one is sold. And so even in a hot market right now where you know, oh yeah, it's going to sell as soon as you put it on the market, you've got a contract on it, you've still got 30 or 45 days before you cash that out and can close out your other loan. So there's still that little bit of a time delay if you're having to fast transition between houses. So 1 to 2 years, best to rent for most people. There are exceptions to it. But yeah, also right now is a good time to be investing in those properties to put as rentals. Low rental inventory right now.
Extremely low. I get calls daily looking for rentals in the area, and the rental price has gone up as well. So if you're looking to get into a rental, it'd be good to get in and lock in those rates today where they are. And as far as a developer and investor looking to buy a rental property, the prices that we are going to for rentals, because of the low inventory of rentals as well, has boosted those up, also making that still a good investment.
Okay, and if they'd want to call our office, talk to one of our great agents about anything real estate, or even get a hold of our property management department specifically to ask either about finding a rental to rent or getting a home on the market for renting, or just, you know, I'm interested in investing in rentals, so I need to start with information before I just start putting money down. How would they get a hold of our office?
Yeah, that's one thing that people may not think about as much. If you are an investor and you are needing somebody to help manage your investment portfolio, we do have several options to help you take care of those. And you can call us at 903-887-7055. Anybody at the front desk there will be happy to help you with your renting or purchasing needs, or we can move you, if you need to, talk to our rental manager direct. We can transfer you over to her as well.
And how do they get a hold of you, Brett?
At 903-340-6301.
And I'm Shy at 903-340-6159. And if you want to find our office, we're right next to the First Baptist Church in Gun Barrel City, 600 West Main. And we just got our brand new signs, our new sign on the pole, and big old new sign right across the front of the building. Coldwell Banker, American Dream Realty. It looks gorgeous out there.
Yeah, I've been waiting on it for years.
Yeah.
We've been having to go through all the proper channels, you know, when you're putting up signage in the city, working through all this stuff. So happy to finally have it up there.
Yeah. Drive by our office and look at them pretty signs. They are gorgeous out there.
Yeah. Makes it easy to locate.
So what's the address again?
600 West Main in Gun Barrel City, right across the street from the O'Reilly Auto Parts, right next door to the First Baptist Church of Gun Barrel City.
There we go. So y'all will be back next week.
Next week, and we're going to have Ruby from Cedar Creek Library is going to be here next time to talk about some of the stuff the library does, and a great benefit concert they're going to be putting on as well.
Awesome. Okay, so next week.
Next week. Next week's Stone, and next week is us.
There we go. Well, we're going to thank you guys for coming in. We're going to hop into a commercial break, and we'll be back right after this.